Top coaches. Who's your top coach, Seth? Number one.
Who is my number one top coach? The suspense is killing me. Oh, yeah, it's Nick Saban.
Same here.
Alabama was the preeminent team of the decade.
Yeah, absolutely.
I forget how many titles it was, 3, 4, whatever it was.
Yeah, around 4 titles. Yeah.
They lose twice in the national championship game to Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were anywhere under the top 10 at any point. Maybe until this
never
year.
Until this year.
Until
right.
this year.
Oh, yeah,
and let's be honest, this happened this year because of Tua's Tua getting hurt.
Right, and the defensive injuries.
Defensive injuries. And let's be honest, again, losing to potentially an all-time great team in this LSU offense. This LSU, Joe Burrow was sensational this year.
Right.
But, with healthy, they probably do beat Auburn.
Yeah, 4 national titles and 2 losses. Yep,
exactly.
2 losses, yep.
So remember, before he came in, they were nowhere.
They were. They were not.
They were irrelevant. They were Nebraska.
Right. And then before that LSU, he set up let's set up Les Miles, and we saw what happened when Les Miles had his own players.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And then Nick Saban was just every time Alabama played LSU
until this year.
Until this year with Ed Orgeron. We're gonna talk about him in the 2019. 2019 year in review. Yeah. Absolutely. He's my number one coach for sure. Now, I have number 2, Bill Belichick. As we mentioned with the Patriots, and
such
as
a
we
hard
talked
discussion
about last
to have.
year. Yeah,
it's a no-brainer.
This man, God, like every year the Patriots had no less than 10 wins, double-digit wins, and this man he will enter his 20th season with the Patriots next season, 2020, and how could he transcend himself? And that's what the great coaches and we're going to talk about a few coaches that have transcended with the times and been able to go with the times. And the motto that he always gives, do your job.
Exactly.
That's all it is. And it provides structure, it provides family, and that consistency has been amazing for Bill Belichick. And 3 Super Bowl titles, as we all know. Yeah.
And to me, as you said, when you talk about that coaching, what has been able to maintain and change with the times, there's no better real example than Coach K.
Mm-hmm.
As a Maryland fan, it's not exactly something that brings a huge smile to my face, but let's call what it is. Mm-hmm. He did not embrace the one and dones, and then he did.
Yeah.
And when he did, what happens? He brings in Zion. He brings in Barrett. He brings in
Jaleel Okafor and Justice Winslow.
They come to him. They win championships. They make Final Fours. Mm-hmm. They lose. They lose to Kansas one year by a point. They lose to Michigan State by a point.
And that team was the worst defensive team ever. And then they come back the next year with great defense, with Zion and Barron and Tyus Jones.
And then losing the Final Four. Losing the Final 8.
Yeah, which they didn't move forward. It's weird,
Well, Grayson took the shot.
Great. Well, yeah, against Kansas. Against Kansas. Yeah. But Coach K, I have number 3.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. So you just hooked it out. You explained it for Coach K. Yeah.
So he's number 4. You want to do your number 3?
Yeah, my number 3 is Coach K.
Okay.
And then your number...
I was debating between Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola.
For number 3.
For number 3.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And because both of them really have been the preeminent coaches of the decade in soccer.
Yes.
I ended up going, even though the guy's name is the chosen one, Mourinho, which is the best self-proclaimed nickname ever. Yeah. I went with Guardiola. His teams, he wins with Man City. He wins with Bayern Munich. He wins everything. Mm-hmm. And he's one of those guys that every 5 years is going to go on to the next challenge. So we're curious to see where he goes with Man City. But he's built Man City into an all-time great team, even though this year they're taking a bit of a step back.
Yeah, they have.
But 2 championships in 3 years. They need to win a Champions League for him, I think. Then he kind of hits the top of the top.
Right.
But a top tier coach. And actually took his hiatus in New York for the year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. He should have been on the show.
He should have been on the show, man.
Oh, man. Damn.
Yeah. Next hiatus.
Next time. Yeah. Now, Gino Auriemma, I have number 4. As we talked about last show about UConn, they had 2 win streaks of over 90 games. Come on, that's amazing. And we talked
We're
about
gonna have this discussion in 10 years when we do the show again. It's gonna be the same thing.
Probably. And I mean, UConn's already doing well this year. Once again,
what's a bad year for them? 28-3.
God, yeah. Basically, and that's how you know when a program is at that high. Just like we talked about Alabama.
Right.
They're 10-2, and it's like, oh, wow, terrible. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, my God.
And the honorable mention, we both have the same one. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of my Bill Snyder reference from 10 years ago.
Dabo Sweeney.
Oh, you have Dabo.
Yeah, okay. Dabo Sweeney, number 5. I have number 5. 2 national championships. I think he's winning a third.
You think he's going to beat both Ohio State and LSU?
Oh yeah, I think so. Absolutely. I think Clemson is still the best team in the country.
It should be a great Final Four. It really.
Yeah.
I really.
This is an amazing Final Four. You don't know who's going to win. Dead serious.
I don't think Oregon. I don't think Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. They play LSU, and LSU's defense can be questionable.
It can be.
And Jalen Hurts knows them well.
That he does.
That's what I'm saying. He knows their scheme. So that if it was someone else, if it was another quarterback for OU, then I could say I think OU has a great chance.
We'll see.
We'll
see, but it should be a really fun one.
Yeah.
But the other team, the other honorable mention, we both have actually the same.
Yeah, you got that. Mm-hmm.
Is, to me, as I said, I compared it to Bill Snyder 10 years ago. He never won a title. He built a team from nothing to a top 10 every year. Nobody's done that better than Mark Few.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to Gonzaga. Gonzaga is in the middle of nowhere. I've been there. We went out whitewater rafting. We drove through it. It took about 45 seconds down in Spokane, Washington. So
the campus is that small?
Oh, it felt tiny. So that you can actually have a consistent top 10 team. Go to a national title, a game you should have won. They should have won that game, which led by Nigel Williams-Goss. Mm-hmm. And consistently, top 10. They have all these guys coming in. Nobody has ever built a team.
Yeah.
Back to Krzyzewski in '83 with Duke when they were nothing. We've never seen an escalation of a team this low to get to this level consistently.
And what's crazy, Seth, is that they play in the West Coast Conference, WCC. Not a strong conference.
You have St. Mary's and BYU, and that's about it.
Right. It's not a strong. So that they're able to go to the tournament and be able to kick up and ramp up to their competition, and their non-conference schedule
is brutal.
They represent in their non-conference. They'll lose one game?
Yeah.
Two games the max.
This year they've already beaten, I think they play North Carolina tomorrow night.
They
beat Oregon, they beat Arizona.
And Michigan was the only team to beat them, but
Michigan's
was
was playing out of their minds. And look, Dan Munson. Look, Dan Munson had brought the team to a certain level, and they did go to that Final Eight that one crazy year with Casey Calvert.
That's right.
But when Few could have had pretty much any job in the country.
Yeah.
And it's similar to the Chris Peterson thought process at Boise.
Right, exactly. And very good comparison. Very good.
Thank you.
And also it's great too because with Few, also he's been able to get NBA caliber players over the past 6 years.